Hello and welcome back to another edition of Battletech Advanced-7.1-A. This is Sunday morning. If you were watching our earlier stream and video, apologize for the issue. We had a power issue and it caused me to stop broadcasting and I had to restart the computer. So I apologize for that. Hopefully I've fixed the problem and we won't have to deal with it again. As you can see, we are back to Battletech Advanced here. We're going to go ahead and load our career and jump right back into it. So while we set this up, this will give some people the opportunity to rejoin our stream after we have an unfortunate crash. Should be up shortly. Do apologize that we had some issues there. So I'm in the process of just making sure I clear out some extra things that were happening in the background that were giving us a headache. So we're working on that right now. I think that was the source of some of our power issues. Nothing like apps that magically, or programs that magically get installed in your computer and you don't remember adding them in. It's not necessarily viruses, it's just junk that people put on your system to use their programs. That's where it becomes a problem. Deal with that some more later. I will work off camera to reduce that issue, but we should be fine now. Again, if you were watching the stream earlier, I do apologize. We had a power issue. Loading up the game right now, and we'll get right back to the action. If you have any thoughts, commentary, opinion, questions about Battletech mods, questions about Battletech lore, I will try to answer those to the best of my limited ability. And let's have a nice, fun playthrough here. Hopefully without any more power issues. Nothing more frustrating as a streamer than having a power problem right in the middle of what I thought was a great stream. We had some good commentary going on in the chat room. So would really love to get back to that. So please feel free to chime in the chat room. Say hello. Give us questions. Give us thoughts. Anything of interest to you is of interest to me. So no question is a bad question here on our stream. Let's maximize salvage here. This is an eviction mission. We started this before. Oh man. So I did this before with an enforcer, and it was just awful because he was so slow. Alright, so let's look at the speed of the enforcer. He's level 4. Do I have anything faster? Not really. Alright, we're just going to have to deal with the enforcer's slow speed. And let's deploy. Thank you for joining our stream. We're going to have a destroy the base mission. And then just to give everybody a primer, if you haven't watched our streams or videos before, we're basically in the medium mech level of our playthrough. We have almost all mediums. We're trying to build up to heavies, but at least on this last planet that we're on, even though we should be seeing plenty of heavies, we're not seeing enough to put together heavies. Just to give everybody basic information about our playthrough, we are requiring 5 mech parts to build a mech. So that does slow things down quite a bit. You know, I know in vanilla Battletech it's 3. I've heard some people play 4. I think 5 is actually pretty realistic to the lore, because in reality, in Battletech lore, Battletech mechs get thrashed. Even mechs that you take back to fight another day take substantial damage. It's just the nature of the beast. So, playing with the idea that you have to get 5 mech kills to put together one mech, I think is very accurate to lore. So I'm just watching our computer temperature right now, just to make sure that wasn't the issue. I don't think it was. And I'm trying to minimize things playing in the background here. I have a couple things that refuse to uninstall that got snuck in by a developer. So I'm going to have to work on that off camera. But I think we're going to be okay.
Command interface initiated.
I've got the office nice and cool here. Oh no. Oh no. We got landed on top of a mountain. Oh man. Alright, so the question becomes, can we...
I get to choose
okay,
between
alright, so it
hellfire
looks like
or
everybody can get off of this mountain. That's one thing I hate, is when we land on top of a mountain and we have mechs that are stuck. Hopefully that Raven is not stuck on top of the mountain. Alright, it's not. Okay, so we should be alright. We should be okay. Everybody got off the mountain. That's step number 1 when you land on top of a mountain, is can we get the mechs off of the mountain? So we are already succeeding. If you want to look at it as a glass half full,
move order.
We have already succeeded.
On my way.
Alright, let's use our... let's figure out the best pathing here. You know what? I don't want to go the long way here.
Copy that.
Aye, aye.
Oh, we got enemy contact already. Alright.
Orders.
Alright, so we have this valley we're going to have to fight through to get the objective. Alright, so we don't want to push our lights too far ahead.
Copy that.
Well, let's see what we're up against here. Thanks again, everybody who's joined the chat us in the stream. If you would, if you could give us a hello in the chat room, that would be great. I'm working on some updates to my overlay, my game overlay. So if you could pop in and just say hello, how's it going? If you have a question about Battletech, throw it in there. Just trying to improve my overlay quality. If you're not a streamer, the overlay is so important because we want to be able to... Let's have everybody go this way.
Roger that.
We want to be able to interact with our audience and at the same time play the game with a minimal amount of distraction. And that's why the game overlays are so useful.
What do you need? Let's move.
So if somebody wants to say hello in the chat room, that would be awesome. Really disappointing. We had a great stream going, and then unfortunately we had our power issue.
Let's go.
hopefully some of those people will wander back to our restarted stream, because we had some good dialogue, some good conversation going. And that always makes it more fun.
Yes, Commander.
You know, I've played 3,300 hours roughly of Battletech. So, you know, I'm all about new experiences and new interactions with our audience. Alright, so we've got a Hunchback here, 4J. It's the same one that we encountered in our last playthrough before we had problems. Alright, let's actually, we've got a fair amount of precision strikes here, so let's see if we can't start weakening one of the legs here.
Yes, Commander.
Let's see if we can follow that up. With another
Already
hit from
there.
our Firestarter Omni here. It's a long shot that we're going to hit the leg here, but that would be nice.
Engaging.
Now we hit the side torso.
Ready for orders.
Alright, let's see if we can push everybody down there as quick as we can.
Receiving you. Acknowledged.
Good to go. No shooting, just
Just gotta
running.
look into my mouse sensitivity. It's somehow been changed a little bit, and it's driving me crazy. Push everybody through. Our lights should be able to take care of that Hunchback by themselves. But I don't want them to get over-engaged because the enemy's starting to react to us being there. Goes for LRMs against our Raven. Raven's super evasive, so I'd be surprised if he hits. He does not. Alright, we also have fire coming in from a turret, probably. Same thing. So that really emphasizes the need to keep your lighter mechs evasive all the time. You can't lock in on one target, for example, with light mechs. You kind of move back and forth around the field, and that's how it would be in Mech Warrior 5, for example, if you had a light. Also with in lore, the light mechs would not stay in tank. It would not go well for them. What they did is they would run around all over the field, switching targets, tagging the enemy, causing distractions. The last thing you want is a light mech tanking against a heavy mech. It will not go well. We got another precision strike available. And we can't go after the leg that I really would like to go after, but we'll go after the other leg. So as you can see, our two lights should be able to handle this Hunchback without too much trouble while we wait for the rest of the lance here. As long as they stay evasive, they should have no problem dealing with this enemy.
Receiving you.
Let's keep pushing.
Orders?
Orders? Question mark?
Understood.
Does that mean you are like, how dare you give me orders? Or do you have any orders? I think it's, do you have any orders? Temperature looks like it's doing better than it was before. Just making sure that our power problems before were not a temperature problem for the cores. I did add a lot of RAM about a month and a half ago, but I've never had a problem with it running hot. But lately, occasionally the computer might be running hot. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on our core temperatures in the background.
Orders?
And no, that is not what's causing the freezing issues. I know that's a question that will probably come up. Alright, we got admin. Not ready to be selected.
Yes,
Alright, so
Commander.
tricky. See, we want to stay evasive. Alright, we're going to stay as evasive as we can with the Raven. We're going to get right next to that Hunchback. Hammer it hard. And destroy it. Alright, nice.
Most one.
That's a good example of how a good pilot with a light mech with good components can easily take out
Affirmative.
a heavier mech. Absolutely true. Alright, we got a building here. Might as well
Locked on.
start working on one of the buildings
Enemy structure is weakening.
while we wait for everyone else to catch up to us.
Standing by.
Let's push.
Going full throttle.
Alright, again, we got a shot at the building. Might as well take
Firing
it.
on target.
We gotta destroy the building anyways. That might actually pull out the garrison. Looks like we only have 3 members of the garrison. Now we'll probably, almost certainly get reinforcements. If they only have a garrison of 3, they're also going to send reinforcements. But should we use a Gauss? We'll use one Gauss here.
I'm on it.
Structure
There we
down.
go. There goes one of the buildings. Might as well put us
Yeah,
in a
Commander.
position to push through the destruction of these buildings as quickly as we can.
Commander.
Alright, Raven. What can you get vision on? Can't get to a turret. We can get vision on some buildings.
Affirmative.
Might as well take a look at what we got here in the valley. Yeah. Well, we might as well start working on one of these buildings.
Affirmative.
We got turrets to take out, but I want to wait until we have our
Got
full
something you want done?
force here. So
Copy that.
we can use our lights to work on the building while we wait for everyone else to get here.
Affirmative.
Yes, Commander. On my way.
Enemy garrison is just not being aggressive at all about defending its base.
Target acquired.
Commander.
Hey, I'm perfectly happy to just take out some of these
Attacking from
buildings
position.
early. It's always anticlimactic
Payday.
to destroy the enemy and then have
You?
to spend a couple rounds just destroying buildings, so hey,
On the
I'm
way.
happy to
Double
take
time.
out the buildings early.
Aye, aye.
Still want to see what salvage we can get here. For sure.
Orders.
Alright, now we got some mechs. Alright, so let's keep our
On the move.
Raven evasive. Oh, we got enemy reinforcements. That's why. Alright, we got some enemy reinforcements. We have a Wolverine. We have an Enforcer. Let's work on this Calliope turret.
Affirmative.
Standing by.
See if I can get our fire starter to also work on that turret.
I copy.
Maybe
I
those
copy.
two, over a round or two, can finish off that Calliope turret. That should get the garrison interested. They probably think, aha, we've got these light mechs outnumbered and outgunned. But no. Oh, here's one of our reinforcements. So, a reinforcement just randomly dropped in where it wasn't a little while ago. Hey, that's fine with me. Do I care about salvage on a trebuchet? I do not. So let's go center torso.
Knowledge. Critical hit, Commander.
Aye, aye.
Alright, Shadowhawk with the Goss. And again, I don't care about salvage on a trebuchet at this point. That's not really going to help me grow my company, so there we go.
Target eliminated.
Center torso shot, quick kill.
Waiting
See
for
the
orders.
other reinforcements yet. I'm not sure where they are. Alright, we got a building, building, building. Alright, let's finish our objective here.
Engaging target.
Time to bug out.
Time to
Get
bug
to the
out.
LZ for extraction.
We could get to the LZ for extraction, but you know
One
what?
less
We
structure.
need salvage, so we're not going to do that. Turret goes after a Raven. Turret goes after a fire starter. As long as they stay evasive, they should be okay here. That Calliope turret has to go. Those are pretty dangerous. Oh, and the enemy landed literally right behind us. Totally missed that. Alright. Okay, that gives us a... Actually gives the Crusader something to do. So the Crusader will play rear guard here. Again, am I dying to get salvage on a laser hunchback? Nah. Let's go center torso here. There we go. The Crusader is slow, but I've built it up to be pretty powerful, as you can see, against other mediums. One shot, One kill. That Blackjack is not going to last long against that Crusader. It has less armor than the Hunchback. Alright, so that gives the Crusader something to do.
Good to go.
Our Raven should be able to finish off this Calliope.
Firing all weapons.
There we go.
One less
Be
target.
some nice weapons in the scrap heap after that. Alright, how's the Blackjack taking a second turn?
Good to
The
go.
AI must have used vigilance there. Okay, so we have to keep the fire starter on the
Hightail.
evasive here. And these two lights can actually protect each other with their ECM.
Acknowledge.
And we'll go after one of those shredder turrets. Alright, we got a Wolverine. Now, when I say I'm not interested
Waiting
in
for
salvage, I just want to be clear. It's not like you're not going to get salvage by getting quick kills off
Got it.
these mechs.
No shooting, just
So
running.
you notice when I went for the center torso on the Hunchback, I got 5 parts out of it. So it's not like you're going to... It's more like you're not going to focus on taking specific parts of salvage. For example, here I'm more inclined with a Wolverine to actually go for the legs.
Got it.
Because Wolverines are actually good scouts, and I just
Scored a
lost a
critical hit.
Wolverine in a previous playthrough, so I wouldn't mind adding a Wolverine. But if you know how much salvage you get to pick, and you know how many parts are going to be on the field, you can quickly decide, like, yeah, I don't know if I need to slowly take these mechs apart versus just destroying them quickly. See, the Wolverine, I'm happy to try to max salvage on, so let's go for legs.
This should be good.
And also, a big part of the Wolverine's danger is, or threat, is its evasiveness. So if you take out a leg, a Wolverine loses a lot of its evasiveness. And then it becomes a much easier target.
What's up, boss?
Alright. Enforcer. Push up with the Enforcer here.
Roger. Full speed.
Alright, Enforcer. What do you got? You can go after the Wolverine or the other Enforcer. Yeah, let's go for the leg on the other Wolverine. Or the Wolverine. Nice hits there. That's a lot of firepower on one leg. And we caused another injury, so ejection is likely there.
Minimal damage on that hit.
Now, we're also going to travel after this mission, so I'm not too worried about non-critical damage here. Alright, so... Alright, Mr. Blackjack. Do you really want to take a Crusader on? Probably not. Good idea. Took off a lot of his armor there. Alright, really the biggest threat here is turrets, so we want to stay evasive.
On my way. Double time. Targeting for an alpha strike.
Let these lights take out some of the turrets while staying evasive. Ooh. Oh, Oh, we got some damage on our Crusader. We'll be fine. But that Blackjack pilot is a pretty solid pilot. And this is one of those scenarios that I wish you could just call the guy up on the phone and say, hey, you're a good pilot. Do you want a job? I would rather hire you than kill you.
Engaging with target.
That would be kind of cool. I should send a note to Bloody Doves,
Turret destroyed.
the modder for Battletech Advanced, and ask if he's ever thought about that. Like, if you could have the option to call them, like, maybe you're allowed to call one enemy mech one time, and, like, maybe have it like a 10-round cooldown or something like that. You could say, hey,
Ready for orders.
would you like a job? And see if you can get the enemy to actually just switch to your side. I think that would be interesting. I've seen that in lore history. It doesn't happen often. And you could even give it like a 10% chance or a 20% chance. Or maybe the chance goes up depending on how panicked they are. So let's say a AI is extremely panicked. Let's say it's the only mech left. It's outnumbered, it's surrounded. Then maybe you might legitimately have a good shot to get them to work for you. I just think that would be kind of interesting. I've thought about that a couple times. I should reach out to Bloody Doves. He is the primary developer for Battletech Advanced. I know he has other people that help him, and I don't want to take anything away from them, but he's kind of the unofficial spokesperson, I would say, for Battletech Advanced.
Locking in all weapons.
He also has a great Patreon program to support this mod.
One less target.
So I'm going to reach out to him on the Patreon server and say if it would even be feasible to put something like that in, where you could give the enemy pilot a call and be like, hey, do you really want to die today, or would you like to get hired? See, that guy didn't have that option, and now he's dead. And we only got one salvageable part out of it, so it wasn't even
Commander.
a good situation for anybody. He got dead. We didn't get any salvage. No, nobody wins.
Pulling off.
Nobody wins in that scenario. We got a sniper turret. Let's get rid of this sucker.
Receiving you.
As quickly as we can. Let's get rid of that sniper target.
Confirmed.
And the turrets really are the biggest threat from a firepower standpoint in these destroy base missions, and also from a ability to get off the field quickly. So a turret cannot get evasive. A turret does not necessarily have as much armor as a mech. I have seen some that have a lot of armor, but generally speaking,
Yes,
turrets
Commander.
do not. So, in most cases, you want to take out the turrets and then worry about the mechs.
Roger that. Turret destroyed.
Alright.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, that should be all the turrets, unless I'm missing one. So now we just have this enforcer. It's actually a nice enforcer. It's the brother mech of our mech, so it has an AC-10 normal and 2 large lasers. So we should try to maximize salvage. Now this is a perfect example
Scored a
of
critical hit.
where you'd like
Waiting
to
for
just
orders.
call them up and say, hey, you're outnumbered, there's 6 of us, there's 1 of you, you've got no support, we're taking you apart piece by piece, why don't you just come work for us?
Sally.
I mean, he just can't win. There's no way. I mean, I'm an above average player at this game. If you took the best player of this game ever, maybe one of the developers,
Yes, Commander.
I don't know. Probably a modder would probably end up being the best.
Roger
We've
that.
never really had like a tournament to see who's the best pilots in certain situations. That would be interesting to set up. But in any event, you take the best Battletech
All weapons, go!
player ever and you put him in this enforcer, there's no way he's going to win.
up, boss?
There's just no way, because you're just going to get torn apart. It might be a million pinpricks, but eventually the pinpricks will take you out.
Locking on target.
Just hoping we can make this guy panic here.
Receiving you. Move order received.
Let's see if we can finish off this last leg. Come on. You know you want to
Inflicted some
eject.
heavy damage.
Oh, see, he's only unsettled. So this is actually a really good pilot.
Heading out.
He's on the ground, he's being attacked by 6 mechs, and he's only unsettled. So this would be a great guy to actually hire.
Attacking from position. How'd that taste?
Orders?
See, this guy's gonna go down with his mech.
On the move.
Maybe he's a former clanner that will not
Fire
surrender no matter what. I don't know.
Target eliminated.
Alright, we got 3 salvageable parts. Successful mission.
Mission successful.
I wonder how many successful missions I have. Just a thumbnail. Assuming you do 2 missions a hour. Just doing some math here. So 2 missions an hour times 3,300 hours, roughly. So I've had 6,600 successful missions. Now, assuming each, let's say each mission has 6 enemies, or let's assume 8 enemies, because that's probably pretty likely. Times 8, I've probably destroyed 52,800 mechs in my career. That is just crazy. That's probably understating it too. Alright, let's look at our salvage here. There's nothing super exciting. We'll take the Wolverine part. ER large laser. So I'm kind of looking at components now. Because there's nothing in these mechs that I'm dying to have. So are there any components? Single double heatsink? No, it's not worth it. So, we'll take the Hunchback parts. We'll put a Hunchback together just to sell it. Alright, so we got a Blackjack part, 3 Enforcer parts, so we can put together another Enforcer. Hunchback parts, we can put together a Hunchback. And some miscellaneous salvage. So We got some mechs we can put together and sell. We're doing fine money-wise, so... And we didn't even take damage there, so we don't even have a lot of repairs to do. So when we have a lot of cash, and we're about to leave a system, that means we get to go shopping. So let's stop by the barracks first, see who needs to be upgraded.
Receiving you.
Arcade. We'll increase your
Training
piloting.
confirmed, Commander.
Standing by.
Got something you want done?
Edmund, we'll move up your gunnery.
Training complete.
I'm ready for orders.
Floppy, we'll move up your gunnery.
Mech warrior training complete.
Waiting for orders.
Nothing for our player character.
How's it going?
Orders.
Let's see, we'll improve the piloting.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Good to go.
Some of these pilots I don't even use anymore.
Waiting for
Alright,
orders.
Pacifist is hurt.
Yes, Commander.
Sketchy's hurt.
I
Sparkle's
copy.
hurt. Had quite a bit of injuries. Most of these guys
Good to
should
go.
be available after our next
Ready
travel.
for orders.
Sundance.
Commander.
Tricky. Increase that piloting a little bit
Training
for Tricky. Virago,
Aye, aye.
nothing.
Yeah.
Wolfbane's nothing. Alright, let's go to the mech bay here. Alright, so we did have a little bit of damage to our Crusader. We do have some repairs to make. Let's see. So let's prioritize Firestarter, Dervish, and Crusader. We should get everything completed before we get to our next destination. So we've got that working for us. Alright, so let's look at our storage. We've got some stuff to put together and sell. So let's put together the Hunchback.
That mech you wanted is back online.
We're going to sell that. Let's put together the... Oh, we could put another Hunchback together. Let's do that. Why not? That's 2 Hunchbacks we can sell.
Is cleared for fighting.
And then we have an Enforcer to put together. I think that's all we have. Okay, so let's put together this Enforcer. Now we already have an Enforcer that's exactly the same. So I don't think we need to
That
keep
mech is
2
ready
of
to fight,
these.
Commander.
So let's put this other Enforcer into storage. Like so. And now we can go shopping before we move to our next destination. So let's see. Alright, we can sell this Enforcer. That's $1 million. I'm going to keep that Firestarter as a reserve mech. Sell this Hunchback. Alright, so we got lots of money here. Let's see if there's anything else we could sell. Chem laser. I don't like chem lasers, so we're gonna sell those. Don't have an interest in using those. 10 LRM-10s, I don't think we need 10 of those. Keep 4. 9 LRM-15s, and we're gonna Sell 5 of those. Same thing, some more chem lasers. Not a big fan of them. The biggest benefit of laser or energy weapons is the fact that you don't have to worry about ammo. And I don't like the fact that chemical lasers, you have to carry ammo, so just not something I want to have around. Alright, I have 4 ER PPCs, so I'm not going to keep 7 regular PPCs. Sell all those. Don't need a chemical laser, small chemical laser, for reasons I just discussed. 11 SRM4s, probably a little too much. Let's keep 4. Yeah, it's getting to the point where these choices aren't really moving the needle too much. Let's look at cores. I'll probably sell a couple of these cores. So some of these cores, we want to make sure we have some of each of these cores. So we could probably sell, keep like 3 of each of the cores. Like, do I need 8 300 cores? Probably not. We'll sell half. That's probably enough core selling for now. We got 14 million available. So let's see what we can buy here. The Valkyrie 2. I'm not really interested in the Valkyrie 2. So we skip that. Incendiary machine gun, I might want that at some point. Why not?
New weapon systems available.
Another plasma rifle? Sure. Why not?
New weapon systems available.
Alright, don't need any cores. Not too much available. Compact engine. Nah. An exchanger. Yeah, I'll take an exchanger. We'll probably use that later. Yeah, I'll buy 2 exchangers. Why not? At some point, we'll need those. Heatsink kit. You know what? I'm gonna buy 2 of these. They're expensive, but I need to start putting some double heat sinks in. So we'll buy 2 of those for now. And we're not, it doesn't seem like we're getting that many of those in salvage. So yeah, we'll spend some money on that. I hate to do it, but it should be worth it. Let's look at the ammo. Ammo that would come in handy. Whenever you see ammo that's hard to come by, always buy it, unless you're desperately short of money. Alright, so that gives us a fair amount of new toys to play with. Alright, so right now we're on a 2.5 skull planet. I think we need to just bite the bullet and go up to 3 skulls. We're going to have some injuries, we're going to have some mechs lost, but we need to get more heavies. So let's do that. I don't want to do a warm planet because those are just a headache. Or Corellia. How about a nice 3 skull. Oh, alright. There's actually a travel contract for a cost here. And it's a 3 skull world we would like to go to. So let's check that out. I'm always happy to take a travel contract. Let's see. 26 days for a capture base or a raiding party. Let's take the raiding party.
Calculating course now, Commander.
Right.
I wrapped up that job you asked for, Commander.
Alright, real quick. Am I doing any upgrading to the Argo here? I'm not. So, let's do max drop tonnage.
All right, I'll get the team on it
Upgrade.
right away.
It's expensive, but it is useful. So let's do that. Okay, the Merc News broadcast. Nothing particularly interesting there. Alright, Ode to the XO. Alright, so this is where there's a mural of Darius. And we're going to increase morale by 1%, or by 1, just by letting them have a mural of Darius shirtless. I'm not sure why that's so exciting. Alright, we're not going to proceed with our mission. Let's see what other missions we have here. Hopefully we have some good 3-skull missions. 1, 2... Most of these are 2-skull missions, but it was a 3-skull planet. So, false advertising maybe? But that's okay. We should be alright here. We should get some heavy mechs, hopefully. Alright, let's look at the mech bay. What's wrong with our dervish here? Under-toned. Okay, that's fine. I like to look at what mechs are available before we launch. I'm really excited about trying out this new Wraith that we put together. I want it to look stealthy. Red is not stealthy. Ooh, okay. That is a good option. You know what? I'm going to stay with the original pattern it came with. So this Wraith is very exciting here because it is extremely fast. It's got 6 medium lasers to shoot the enemy in the back. It's got Angel ECM. It's got Shadow Armor. I'm going to enjoy playing with this Wraith here. This is going to become one of our new scouts for sure. Alright, so let's jump in. We have a mission that's available, right? Launch contracts. Alright. So we got our Crusader, Shadowhawk. That Enforcer was just a placeholder. We're going to take the Dervish instead. Now, since we're taking the Dervish, we don't want to take our weapons, our projectile weapon expert, we want to take our missile expert, which is Serpentia here. And she'll get a bonus for all those weapon shots. Same thing here, so we should take... we'll leave Mad Titan in the Crusader for now, because I don't have another missile expert. Alright, so, I want to take our Wraith, and that should work out really nicely. So we're going to take our Crusader, Shadowhawk, Dervish. Then we're going to take the Wraith and the Firestarter Omni, or no, we'll take the Raven. Okay, and then we will deploy. Dervish has unused tonnage. I'm okay with that. Alright, I'm really excited about using this new Wraith because I think the Wraith, with its speed, its stealth, and its ability to backstab, is going to be a game changer mech for us. Because that Wraith is going to be a master scout and backstabber, because it's got 6 medium lasers. If we can take those 6 medium lasers and drill them into the back of an enemy for a couple rounds, it's gonna take almost anything out. Alright, our computer's performing a lot better than when we were having the issues last time, so hopefully we'll be fine now.
Command interface initiated.
Alright, enemy dropship landed somewhere in the area. Alright, let's put a stop to the raid. Okay. So let's get out of this crevasse. Get to the high ground.
Move into position.
Uh-huh.
Alright, look at this, look at how far the Wraith can go.
Affirmative.
It can haul.
Position confirmed.
So we're gonna have to make sure the Wraith doesn't go too far ahead of the rest of the Lance. But it's gonna be interesting.
Orders.
Let's push up as a company, because
Copy that.
we're basically a reinforced Lance
Moving
with
out.
6 mechs. Alright, so let's have our Wraith move up carefully.
Good
Look
to
at that
go.
evasion. Crazy evasion on that Wraith.
Taking a protective stance. Ready to get it on.
Alright, let's push up with the Raven as well. The
Going
Raven
full
used to
throttle.
be our fastest scout. Now it's the Wraith is leaving the Raven in the dust. Kind of interesting.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, so let's push up with everybody else. All I see right now is a vehicle.
Yep.
Come on.
No
Press
shooting.
forward.
Just running.
We
Got it.
got plenty of...
Waiting on you, Commander. Double time. Orders.
Alright, let's... Alright, we gotta be careful with the Wraith. As I said, I don't want to be too aggressive here.
On the move.
Going
Full
up
speed.
against... Oh! Going up against one vehicle, I think the Wraith can handle without too much trouble. As you can see, the Wraith has 6 medium lasers, and a tag. So that's pretty good firepower for a scout. Nice hits there. And as long as it stays evasive, it should be fine. So the tricky thing is, for light mechs, and I'm considering the Wraith a light mech just because of the role it's going to play, not because of its tonnage, because it is 55 tons, you want to keep them moving constantly. So the Wraith is going to have to go switch targets, which is good because he's going to constantly be tagging the enemy. Alright, we got a fire starter. OB. Alright, that's fine. This might not be the most dangerous enemy force we're going to deal with on this mission, but it gives us a good chance to try out the Wraith here. Yeah, we got a spider, we've got a fire starter. All of these mechs, the Wraith should be able to backstab pretty easily. It took one hit out of all of those shots.
Ready for order.
That is beautiful.
Maximum speed.
Alright, we got a 45 tonner. It's the heaviest mech we've seen so far. Got a tag on our Wraith. That is going to make the Wraith much more of a target right now. See how this works out. Take some more hits now. Still holding in there just fine. It still has a fair amount of armor.
Yes, Commander.
So now our
moving to position.
Other lance mates get into position to provide some fire support. Probably do some precision strikes here, just to provide some quality fire support.
Taking the shot.
Good to go.
Push
On
up.
my way.
Let's go for the goblin again.
Copy that.
Oh, there goes the goblin.
Reporting. Enemy vehicle
Very
eliminated.
nice.
What can I do for you? On my way.
Dervish. I just put this dervish together. I love the dervish in the mid-level game, but we're almost out of the mid-level game where we're focused on heavies. But the dervish is very...
Hey, stay in the crosshairs.
If you build it correctly, a dervish can be a very powerful fire support mech. Alright, so let's try the Wraith against the spider here. As you can see, they're both very evasive, but the spider doesn't have a tag. We do.
Firing all weapons.
So eventually we'll get a tag on there, and then we should be, that Wraith should have no problem finishing off that spider. Again, not seeing anything too dangerous here, but it does give us a good opportunity to try out the Wraith
Commander,
before we're up against anything too serious.
on my way.
Alright, I should have sprinted the Raven there.
Firing.
Get another tag on that Shiltron. Again, there's nothing on this map that concerns me at all. I'm glad there's some 3 skull missions after this. Alright, Spider's going after our Wraith. It's okay. The Wraith is going to do a lot more than that once it gets in range.
Order received.
Now the good thing is that Spider did not get evasive at all, which was a big mistake. Alright, let's hit the Chiltron again.
Engaging target.
Oh, there's a 55
I've got
timer.
an enemy
Okay.
flanking to the side.
Still not heavy, but, you know, at least there could be some potential salvage here.
Aye, aye. Move order received.
No reason to rush towards the enemy here.
Roger that.
Our lance is really built for long range engagement, so
I hear ya.
we can just advance at a
Got
normal
it.
pace, and we should be able to finish these guys off without too much trouble.
Time to die. Orders.
Alright, Wraith,
On the move.
show us what you can do. So as you can see, he can get behind him, he can backstab him. We can actually do a precision strike here to eliminate a lot of the evasion. And now it's going to be 6 medium lasers to the
Everything
back.
I've got.
Very nice. Now keep in mind, that's a light mech.
Reporting critical.
He's not going to
hit.
be able to do that on an assault or a heavy mech, but he's still going to be able to do a lot of damage to that thin rear armor. That's where the Wraith could really come in as a game changer. Opens up a lot of strategy options. Chiltron.
Waiting for orders.
Now, in Battletech lore, again, the enemy force would probably withdraw here. There's not really a lot of benefit to staying in this fight because we got a Griffin. All right, let's get a tag on the Griffin. And because in Battletech lore, Battletechs were valuable. Battletechs were rare. Battlemechs were valuable and rare. So even a light battle mech was something that you wouldn't just throw away in a battle. So if you're outnumbered and outgunned and you have the option to retreat, in Battletech generally you would retreat. In this scenario, the enemy force should have probably just
Good to go.
withdrawn. And I certainly would have.
Moving out.
Alright, precision strike on this Firestarter Omni. I'd like to get salvage on it, so I can replace my regular Firestarters with Firestarter Omnis. That would be nice.
Ready for orders.
Precision strike on this fire. Oh, there's another Firestarter Omni, so we can actually hopefully get a Firestarter Omni out of this. If we can get 2 parts from one and 3 parts from the other,
Waiting for orders.
hopefully we can get a Firestarter Omni out of this battle, which would be really nice.
Got it.
Let's see if we can. Oops. Okay, engine destroyed on that Firestarter Omni. How many parts did we get?
And stay down.
Oh, 4 parts. Okay, so we could definitely get a Firestarter Omni out of this mission. Assuming we get enough parts and salvage. Because I think we can select 3. So if we get lucky, we get 2 more. And I might have 1 in storage now that I think about it. This spider is evasive here, but then again we have precision strike available. So let's
Copy
just
that.
keep shooting him in the back. Alright, there goes that spider. The
Tango
Wraith is
down.
already showing how valuable it can be, which is nice. Let's go for the Griffin. Even though the Griffin is the highest tonnage mech here, I'm not so interested about getting Griffin parts. I'd rather have Firestarter Omni parts
Orders.
than Griffin parts here. Can we get in? No, I can't get in and backstab yet, but we can
Confirmed.
sprint in. There's our Raven. Should be highly evasive. And we'll just hit the side of the Griffin. Oh, Firestarter Omni is going to be sensor locking. Okay. That's fine.
Standing by.
That's fine. You can sensor lock
Copy that.
all you want, Firestarter Omni. We're still going to take you apart to make sure we max
Locking
salvage
in all weapons.
Firestarter. There goes a leg already on that Firestarter.
Solid connection on that one.
Down he goes.
What do you need? On my way.
Let's keep carving up this Firestarter Omni the best we can.
Scored a critical hit.
Good to go.
Remember, we want as many parts of that Firestarter in the pool as we can. See if we can get the leg.
Roger that. Firing on target.
salvageable parts. So we're going to have 7 parts of
Commander.
Firestarter Omni in the salvage pool, which is nice.
Affirmative.
Alright, let's push up on the Griffin here. Don't really care about Griffin salvage, so faster we can make this guy go boom, the better. Let's just go center torso. Just trying to set him up for a Goth strike, or an AC strike to the center
What's up,
torso.
boss?
Use our Raven. Oh, there's a weapons carrier back there. Ooh. How many times have I seen an enemy right after I move and I'm like, oh, if only I had known about that,
I think I hit
that would have
something good.
changed my decision on things.
Commander.
Alright, again, don't worry about salvage so much here on the Griffin. So let's go right for the center torso.
Affirmative.
There we go, boom.
Target neutralized.
One salvageable part, I don't care. In the big scheme of
Stepping
things,
by.
I'm not worried about that. So we got two vehicles to take out, I think.
Confirmed.
One of them's a carrier.
What can I do for you?
Alright, so now we just gotta push
Pedal
towards...
to the metal.
I'm assuming the other enemy vehicles are in that valley over there.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, let's send the Wraith up this valley, just in case
On my way. Double
there
time.
might be a vehicle hanging out in there. Doesn't look like it. Alright, we got a bit of a bottleneck here going through this valley.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, Raven, get in there close and personal on that
Let's move.
weapons carrier, see if we can finish it off. Before it can shoot. Lots of SRMs here.
Firing a full salvo.
Not quite enough to get rid of it. I was hoping maybe we would get a ammo strike there, which would cause a kill.
On the move. Full speed.
Alright, fortunately we can hit it with some fire support. This should
Got
finish
it.
off that carrier, unless we totally miss. I can't believe
Negative
we totally
damage.
missed on that many shots.
Orders.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Let's push.
Got it. Max speed. No shooting.
Raven might get some damage
Order.
here. Okay, so we can push with the Wraith. The Wraith might be able to finish this guy off.
Copy
Let's
that.
see. Hopefully. Kind of a long shot for the Wraith. But he's got a lot of medium
All
lasers.
weapons. Go.
Yes! Alright.
Hoover down.
Alright, where's that last enemy vehicle? Wait. Oh, there it is. Way over there. Alright. Alright, we gotta shift gears, folks. Enemy vehicle is the valley
Receiving you.
over. Alright, Raven.
On my way. Double time.
Close.
Standing by. Going full throttle.
Alright, 6 mechs, 1 vehicle.
Waiting for orders.
Everybody's jockeying for the kill here.
Looking out.
I hear ya.
Dervish took a wrong turn there.
Commander.
Alright, Wraith, can you get there? No? Not yet. Now this is a perfect example where the weapon, the vehicle commander here should be just getting out of the area as quickly as possible. He has 0 chance of fighting 6 mechs by himself. None.
Standing by.
You should be like, I'm out. My commanders are going to have to accept the fact that we are outgunned, outnumbered. Alright, what are we dealing with here? Oh, Marsden. Okay. It's a solid tank. Can it take on 6 mechs? No. It cannot take on 6 mechs.
On my way. Double time.
Commander.
Of course, that means that assumes the 6
Roger
mechs
that.
can get into range.
Good to go. Affirmative. Yes, Commander.
Right, our Wraith's in range, but it's gonna take more than a Wraith to take
Good to
out
go.
these Mars. Simply because it has a lot of armor. Alright, it's got an AC-10. Let's see. It goes after the Raven. Not probably what I would have done. I probably would have moved up and taken my chances against one of the Shadowhawks. Because now this guy is in a pickle. Because these mechs, the heavier mechs are now going to get in range.
Good to go. Roger that.
Commander.
Oh yeah, this is not good for this Marsden right now. Not good at all.
Got the angle. Taking a shot.
Actually held up pretty well.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, will it hold up against a Goss to the rear?
Waiting on you, Commander.
No. Let's let the Dervish get a kill. I don't think the Dervish has a kill yet.
This should be good.
There we go.
little guy.
Do you really feel bad about shooting the little guys?
Mission successful.
I don't know if you really feel bad about shooting the little guys. You didn't look like you felt too bad about it. I'm just saying. Alright, nice little payout for a 2-skull mission. And no damage to our mechs. And we're going to take fire starter parts. And see if we can get 2 more fire starter parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 fire starter parts. Figures. Maybe I have one in storage. Okay. I'm hoping I have another Firestarter Omni part in storage. Let's see. I do. Okay, so I can build an OD Firestarter. Together an OD or a OB. I think we're going to go with the OB. All right.
That mech is ready to fight, Commander.
Alright, so we got another Firestarter Omni. So let's look at the OB. See what we want to tweak. So again, it's got XL engine as a lock component, jump jets as a lock component, large pulse, 2 medium pulses, and a tag. We also have a slave. And one thing I can do, I don't like medium pulses on smaller mechs. Let's just go with regular mediums. ER, regular medium lasers. This is a scout. It is not a heavy mech. Alright, yeah, we have 2 tons available. So what I'd like to do is we can do Guardian ECM. And a little bit more into armor. So this is definitely designed to be a scout. Yep, I like it. I like it.
On it.
Alright, so what that means is I can actually retire my Firestarter here. We're going to also retire this Panther. We should have gotten rid of this a long time ago. Alright, anything anything else we now don't need? So for scouts, we have the Wraith. Oh, the Firestarter H can also retire. Okay. So that frees up some slots for us. And for scouting, we still have the Firestarter OB, the Firestarter OD, Raven. You know what? I don't need this flea anymore either. Let's just put this flea out to pasture as well. And I don't need this blackjack either. And I don't need this blackjack on me. I don't want to pay rent for these mechs that we're not going to use. Speaking of that, probably can get rid of this hunchback as well. Should have done this before we traveled, but we haven't done a financial report, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so we got rid of some X. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep this Enforcer just in case we have a need for it. Alright, let's do one more mission here before the end of the stream. I think I saw a hot landing. These are always good for salvage. Hot landing. Right. I think we can keep the lance as is here. Now, one thing I could do, just out of curiosity. Let's just deploy. Dervish is under temp. Yes, I know. Alright, one last mission here before we call this morning stream to an end.
Initiated.
Alright, we got a hot landing here. Alright, where's the enemy units? Alright, so we can actually push, hopefully, to get to the high ground here. So let's do that. Crusader. Shadowhawk.
Acknowledged.
Shadowhawk. Oh, they might be going for the high ground too.
Position.
Dervish. We're going to push the Wraith and the Raven.
Moving to position. Ready to get it on.
Push the Raven. Oh, looks like the enemy's already got the high ground here. Oh boy. Okay.
Engaging target.
Right, got a tag on that Centurion.
Ready for orders.
See what we can do about that Centurion at long range.
Copy that.
Centurion isn't going to last very long against what we have. Oh, there we go. Right leg destroyed. It must have been ramshackle.
Inflicted.
We shouldn't have taken it down that quickly. That looks like a ramshackle mech, if I had to guess.
Standing by.
Let's see. Oh yeah, let's see. Overheating, prone, ramshackle, patched after battle, 75%. Oh boy, that thing is a mess.
Locked on. That hit something good.
What can I do for you?
Let's see if we can finish off that Centurion. That's what you can do for me. Miss.
Get you next time.
Get you next time.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, so should we have our Wraith? I almost want our Wraith to see what's in the valley.
On the move. Full speed.
Yep. Alright, so there's still enemy forces in the valley here. Okay, so that was a useful move because we can understand. Oh, the enemy's got 5 mechs in the valley. Okay. So we definitely want to try to take the high ground here. We'll have a huge advantage. Hoping to see some heavy mechs here. Have not seen heavy mechs yet on this planet. Shadowhawks do not help me expand. I've already maxed out my Shadowhawks. We need some heavies. Heavies make the world go round here. Mediums do not help me that much. Alright, they're taking some shots at our Wraith. That's fine. We can keep it evasive. I'm not too worried about it.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, let's also push the Raven into the valley as well.
Full speed, no target.
Orders.
Alright, let's push up.
Aye, aye.
Let's get the high ground here. The only thing we have in our way is this ramshackle Centurion. And, you know, might as well go for the leg.
I copy. I think I hit something good.
I've got eyes on hostile reinforcements.
Alright, enemy reinforcements, okay. This is going to get interesting. Alright, We need to push to get the high ground as quickly as possible. Alright, the path is clear for us to sprint and get the high ground here. It's not just high ground, it's high ground with cover.
Waiting for orders.
So let's get everybody to the high ground as quick as we can.
Orders.
I'm not sure how much we want to push the Wraith out here because we've got a significant numbers issue. So let's push the Wraith out just for a round to see what we have coming our way. We've got a Trebuchet, Dragon. I mean, technically, a dragon is a heavy. Not the type of salvage I was looking for here. A dragon is not very useful. Would I rather have a maxed out Shadowhawk or a dragon? Yeah, I would take the dragon every time. I mean, the Shadowhawk every time. So the dragon does not really help us. Alright, a lot of these guys look pretty ramshackle. So I can have the Wraith and the Raven try to keep the reinforcements busy, perhaps.
They've got a lock on me.
That could be an option. That's a lot of mechs coming our way here. So we got, let's do the math, we got 9 mechs against our 6. Should make things interesting. I remember the biggest situation most lopsided situation I ever had is I had 28 mechs against 6. And that was nasty. I ended up pulling it off, but we took a lot of damage that day. I think I had to travel after that mission just to give myself time. Yeah, so we're going to have the Raven and the Wraith try to work together to keep the reinforcements busy here. Keep them distracted. And we can work on the initial 8 enemies that we have to deal with here. Should work out. I'd love to shoot at the Wraith. And the Wraith has got stealth armor. It's got Guardian ECM. It's got high evasion. They could shoot at that forever and without a tag or a sensor lock.
Receiving you.
And we would be in a good place. Alright, so let's
on my way.
Let's get up to the top of this cliff face here. See, instead of shooting LRMs, that Trebuchet shoots 1 medium laser at a Raven.
What do you need?
That's just not an efficient use of its shots, because...
Yep.
it's not, the chance of it hitting with
On the
one
move.
medium is
Full
very low, and the chances of it doing actual damage are again very low. So that's how our light and our wraith can actually tie up a lot of the enemy just by running around and being a target.
Good to go.
Let's get up here. Once we
Got
get to
it.
the top of
Max
this
speed,
hill, we're
no
going to be able to
shooting.
do some really nice damage here.
Commander.
Alright, Wraith. I want you to sprint and stay evasive. And just
On my
take some
way.
shots at
Double
this trebuchet here. If you hit, you hit. If you don't, oh, you're going to hit. Alright, that'll definitely keep that trebuchet distracted. Alright, they finally figured out where our mediums are. I'm actually going to push the Crusader here so he can kind of pop along this cliff face here and just cause some trouble. He's going to be the gatekeeper, so our sniper mechs can really focus on doing damage. He can also be a bit of bait. Bit-o-bait. Alright, there's another 60-tonner. What do you want to bet that's a dragon too? Alright, our Crusader probably has to pull back next round. I don't want it to get chewed up too much. Well, it's a cataphract. A cataphract would be good salvage here. I would like to add a cataphract.
What's up,
And I
boss?
think I have some cataphract parts, if I'm not mistaken. Hey man, go ahead and
No shooting,
hit
just
that
run.
catapult. Or that trebuchet, I should say. Just keep him distracted. Nice. Oh, Jagger Mech. Okay. Jagger Mech wouldn't be bad salvage here. Ooh. Oh, he actually hit our Raven. Alright, we gotta worry about that Jagger Mech here.
Standing by.
That is a problem. Alright, so now that we're on the top of the hill, we need to find a couple targets that we just want. We don't care about salvage, we just want to get them off the field. So let's see, we got a Awestruck, a Roughneck, a Dragon. Probably the Awestruck I'm least interested in getting salvage on. Right.
On it.
And they have light armor. See if we can get rid of one or two of these mechs as quickly as possible. Kind of level the playing field numerically.
Good to go.
Alright. Shadowhawk can't get in range. Okay, we can hit the trebuchet or the Jagger Mech. Alright, so we're going to do a precision strike on the Jagger Mech. We're going to go for one of the arms. If we could take out an arm on the Jagger Mech, that's a lot of firepower off that Jagger Mech.
hear ya.
Dervish. Let's push up. And let's hammer that Ostrich. Again, we're just trying to get a couple of these enemy mechs off the field as quickly as possible here. Because we are outnumbered and we don't want them to try to push to the top of the cliff here. Okay.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, Wraith. I want you to go after this Jagger mech as well. Alright, we got a 65-ton mech there. Alright.
Targeting for an alpha strike.
The Wraith is a bad opponent for the Jagger mech. Oh, and we just took the Jagger mech out.
Destroyed.
We must have hit some ammo there. And we got 4 Jagger mech parts. That might be the best salvage. We'll see.
They fell a walk on me.
All these mechs are already have some significant battle damage. So, not that Shadowhawk. That Shadowhawk's in mint condition. But they're using the Shadowhawk to sensor lock. Okay. I don't get that at all. Alright. Do I want to move the Crusader up to the top of the hill, which will take 2 rounds? Or do I take a chance with the Crusader for 1 more round? See what we can do. We can hit the Centurion, the Cataphract, the Dragon, the Hunchback, the Shadowhawk, the Roughneck. Alright. Take the Cataphract. Let's see if we can shred some armor off the Cataphract. Worried about the Crusader is going to be a prime target for some of those mechs down on the ground. Alright. Just from sheer weapons volume, we need to take some of these enemy mechs out. Cataphract, ouch. Ouch. Yeah, the Cataphract is no joke.
Minor damage, Commander. Nothing to see here.
Waiting for orders.
Alright. Raven. We're gonna keep these, try to help keep these trophies busy.
Reporting critical hit.
Ah, they're starting to target the Wraith. Interesting. Okay. Alright, Crusader taking some hard hits. He's gonna have to hang in there.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, Shadowhawk, I need you to stay evasive.
Move order received.
Ooh, you got a rear shot on this Centurion here. Not the biggest threat, but anytime we can shoot a medium mech from the rear, take it out, we're going to take that shot.
Hostile removed.
Alright, so that's another hostile removed. Sometimes it's all about what you can take off the field with your next shot. Is that another Jaggermech down there? I think that is another Jaggermech down there. Alright, so let's keep our lance
On my way.
together.
Double time.
And let's keep targeting that awestruck. We need to get...
Roger that.
really want to get one enemy mech off the board per round here to be successful. Really want to mess with the Crusader here.
Waiting on you, Commander. I read you, Commander. Moving out.
And again, we're going to target that awestruck.
Uh-huh. There's more where that came from. Orders.
Alright, so we have another Jagger... Oh, we have a Roughneck down there. I thought it looked like a Jaggermech for a second. That is not that big of a threat. But what we can do is maybe finish off this trebuchet here.
Firing all weapons.
That should have finished off that trebuchet.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
I'm surprised. Surprised that trebuchet is still a threat. Crusader. Crusader's taking some hits, but it's okay. For the short term. Alright, Crusader, what are you gonna do? And stay evasive, somewhat evasive. And we're gonna hit that awestruck again. Alright, there goes a lot of the firepower out of the awestruck. Lost one of its lasers. That's an interesting roughneck design with a PPC. I don't think I've ever seen that. Usually when I see a roughneck, it usually has an AC build. So that's actually a pretty interesting roughneck build. Would I put it out in the field? No, but it's interesting. It's different. It's one thing I love about this mod is you get different things almost every time you play it. Ouch. Alright, our dervish is getting beat up pretty good here.
Commander?
Alright, let's see if we can finish off this trebuchet here.
Firing full complement on the...
Yes. Alright, trebuchet goes away. Dervish can't take this much.
Ha! Send me a real opponent!
This
Yes,
many hits
Commander.
for that long, so we're gonna have to push up our Shadowhawk.
Coordinates received.
Shadowhawk's got full armor here. And let's make that awestruck go away. Shouldn't have a problem doing that.
That hit something.
That should have finished him off. He got knocked down anyways, so that's good. Again, in an ideal scenario, we want to take out one enemy per round when you're outnumbered like this. Crusader. We're going to have to pull the Crusader back. That's okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting rid of one enemy per round, let's say goodbye to the awestruck. What do you say? No, not right leg. Not right torso, center torso. Right. Goodbye, awestruck. Actually, let's save our Gauss shot. Let's do medium lasers. This should be plenty.
Target.
Yep.
That one's gone.
Nice. Alright, they're targeting our Shadowhawks, which is good right now. They're fully armored.
Good to go.
Alright, so let's keep the Dervish
Coordinates received.
in a position where it can be a secondary target. And let's have this Dervish, all things being equal, let's go after the Hunchback here, because the Hunchback already has some pretty significant damage.
Roger that. Firing on target.
The Hunchback's another mech
hit
that we
like
can
that
get
and you're toast.
out of this fight pretty quickly.
Commander.
Alright, Wraith. Let's get you working on this other trebuchet.
I'm showing minor damage.
Alright, speaking of making smart decisions here, let's start backing up our Crusader. We can still engage this trebuchet here. Let's do precision strike. Hits on the trebuchet. That also takes the Crusader out of the firing line for the most part. Next in the valley. Oh, that Cataphract is a beast.
Orders.
Raven.
Roger that.
Keep working on these trebuchets.
Locking in all weapons.
There we go. There's another enemy mech off the field.
Hostile removed.
If you're keeping track, the numbers are starting to swing in our direction.
Commander. On my way.
We're going to focus in on this hunchback. Again, it's about getting guns off the field here, so we want to take enemies out of the equation as quick as possible. It doesn't necessarily have to be the most powerful enemy. We just want to take numbers off the field. That hunchback was vulnerable.
Waiting for orders.
Other Shadowhawk should be able to clean this up. I don't care about salvage on this hunchback, so we're just going to take our shots for the center torso.
Attacking from position. How'd that taste?
I thought that would have finished off the hunchback there. It's okay. Dervish, can you clean up that hunchback, please?
Got it.
Oh, another mech down. We're pushing through this.
Did you see it?
Pretty good. We're gonna have some nice salvage out of this mission.
Yes, Commander.
All right, so now we get to have some fun because we can actually start flanking the enemy now. Ooh, nice hit percentages here on the dragon.
Copy that.
Very nice. Dragon has very thin rear armor, so they're going to have to start realizing that they're surrounded and start sending some of their firepower towards the Wraith and the Raven, which will make us
Systems holding.
make it easier for us to pick them off. Alright. Do we want to push with the Crusader here? Don't know if we do. I think we want to get the Crusader up to the top of the cliff. I don't want to have any serious structural damage to our Crusader. Especially since this situation looks well in hand. We got 5 enemy mechs left. Most of them are boxed in this ravine and surrounded. There's a roughneck way on the other side of it that isn't doing anything to help.
Receiving you.
So if we can keep pushing our Raven and our Wraith to their rear, they're going to have some tough choices to make. Gotta watch the Dervish. Dervish does not have a ton of armor left.
I'm taking a pounding, Commander. Good to go.
Alright, Shadowhawk, get their attention. So I'm going to come down to hit percentages here. Alright, we're going to go for the Cataphrag. Precision strike. Let's try to work on the Cataphrag leg. If we can get the Cataphrag down on the ground, help us in many ways here.
Yes, Commander.
Alright.
Copy that.
Alright, again, we'll take another shot at the Cataphrag. All things being equal, we'll go after the biggest threat.
Good to go.
Dervish. I want you to stay evasive. Yeah, keep doing that. Keep
Sprinting.
staying evasive. Yeah, your best target is the roughneck here.
Firing on target.
this is where it gets fun now, because now they are in a pickle. Alright, let's have our Wraith go after the Shadowhawk.
Firing on target.
Crusader. You are one round away from getting back into this fight, which is fine, since you've got structural damage.
Systems holding.
These guys are in a rock and a hard place here.
Ready for orders.
Now that we've got them surrounded, we've got the high ground.
Roger. Full speed.
They are in a tough spot. Let's get a narc and a tag on the cataphract. Give it something to think about as well, because it's being flanked. Shadowhawk decided to ignore the Wraith.
Damage is light.
Interesting choice.
Receiving you. On the move.
Alright, the Shadowhawk already has a fair amount of damage. Should we... Yeah, let's go for the leg on the Shadowhawk here. Or we could just blow it up.
Enemy down.
Alright. One salvageable part. Don't really care about that.
Receiving you.
We've already got higher priority
Position confirmed.
salvage here. Alright, can we get a knockdown? Perhaps on... Cataphract.
Engage.
Not quite yet.
Nice. Got past his armor.
Commander,
Dervish.
moving to position.
Just keep that dragon distracted. will
Here
ya?
we go. Commander,
Wraith. Alright, let's go in on the back of this dragon. 'Cause I care the least about salvage on the dragon here.
copy that.
Okay. Alright, Crusader's back in. Alright, Crusader. Let's hit the dragon. Crusader's getting beat up a little bit, that's alright. It's a heavy. thing is the enemy's not concentrating their fire here, so don't have to worry about that too much. If they concentrated their fire, they could probably actually do a fair amount of damage to us. Let's work on the dragon again. A little backstabbing.
Taking the shot. Target's taking a critical hit.
Orders. Moving out.
We should be close to getting a knockdown on this cataphract. So let's go for the legs.
Target acquired.
There we go. Nice damage on the cataphract.
Reporting crit. I'm out of SRM.
Orders. Heading out.
Cataphract stay a little worse.
Got it.
Back to the other leg.
Reporting critical hit.
Waiting for orders. Coordinates received. Right,
Again.
Critical hit. Yes, Commander.
Alright, race.
Roger that.
Let's hit this dragon again in the rear. There's not that much armor left on this
Locking on.
dragon.
That's going to hurt. Okay, that was bad.
Let's see if we can finish off this dragon. It's irritating me. No. Cataphract's back up. See what it does. It might reorient. Nope. Didn't have the speed to reposition, so it just took a shot.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, Raven. Let's make this dragon. Can we make this dragon go away?
Roger that. Scored a critical hit.
Alright, it lost its AC at least.
Good to go. Heading out. On.
There goes the AC-10 for that. And the PPC for the
Scored a
cataphract.
critical hit.
Ready for orders.
I'm inclined to just finish off this cataphract while we can.
I'm on it.
There we go. Salvageable parts on the cataphract.
Good to go.
Dervish.
Got it.
finish off.
Roger that.
Nope.
Critical hit, Commander. Commander. Affirmative. Roger that.
Come on, dragon.
Sword
There we go. Here we go, the dragon. Alright, now, this poor roughneck is surrounded, outnumbered, outgunned.
Aye, aye. All weapons are go.
There's the other roughneck. Alright, Tricky, you can deal with the other roughneck.
ready for orders. Affirmative.
Commander. On my way. Target confirmed.
Waiting for orders. Right, Commander. Affirmative. That's a critical
Roughnecks were
hit.
not meant to take this type of beating.
All out of short-range missiles, Commander.
Alright, Wraith, you go deal with that other roughneck, please. Once he gets behind the enemy, it's going to be...
Firing a full salvo.
Go. There goes the roughneck.
Receiving you.
Alright, Raven, go help with the roughneck.
Full speed, no target.
I don't know if anybody else will get there in time to help.
Giving him everything I've got.
That roughneck does not have the weapons to go after a
Damage
Wraith
is light.
correctly.
Yes, Commander.
He's going to have a very hard time. Huh.
Moving to position.
We can provide some fire support.
Roger that.
Why not?
Yes, Commander.
Commander?
And Dervish will never get in range.
Right,
But
Commander.
we might as well move it.
Orders.
Alright, Wraith. Let's get in really close. In the rear. Everything you got.
Affirmative.
Crusader doesn't have a shot with its weapons build, so we'll just have a brace.
Aye, aye.
Raven, why don't you
Going
get
full
behind
throttle.
it as well? This is just
Time to
not
unload.
fair. This guy should have ejected
I'm out
or
of
powered
FRM.
down. In lore, that's what they would do. The mech warriors would just power down and just say, hey, they would pop their, ooh, structural damage on our Raven. No, 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 no.
Okay, that was really...
Commander.
Oh, I'm mad now. I am mad. You just increased our repair bill, son.
Affirmative.
Good to go. I copy.
Good to go. Affirmative. Yes, Commander.
Come on, Race.
Copy that.
He did something smart, at least. He got himself next to a cliff, so we can't keep shooting him in the rear. That was pretty smart, actually. Gotta give the AI credit for that.
Standing by.
Alright, Raven, you need to get out of there, because I don't want to have to rebuild you.
They're flanking.
Also don't want to rebuild the Wraith either. Come on.
Standing by.
Let's end this thing.
Got it.
See, our other mechs just can't get there in time.
Ready for orders.
Commander?
This is the race
Got it.
battle to win. But he opened up his rear again.
Roll to that. Solid connection, that one.
Orders. On the move.
Our Raven's upset that he got structural damage, so he's just gonna go in and help finish this guy off.
Target acquired. Inflicted.
Knocked down. There we go.
Mission successful.
Alright, let's see what salvage we have here. Should get some decent salvage here. So we got to figure out what we have in the Argo. What we have available. Alright, good payout actually. Alright, got a little damage on the Crusader. A little damage on the Raven. Not too bad, actually. Alright, so we got 3 cataphract parts. We've got 4 Jaggermech parts. Now I'm pretty sure we have other Jaggermech parts, so I'm gonna actually take the Jaggermech parts. Alright, so we got a Cataphract, Dragon, Jaggermech, 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 Roughneck, Shadowhawk, Trebuchet, Ultra Cannon 5. Very nice. Now the question is, do we have a Jaggermech part in the Argo? I think we do. We're gonna need some mech repairs. One day to repair the Crusader. One day to repair the Raven. Not too bad.
Logged and
Now the question is, did we have Jaggermech parts in storage? We did! Alright, so I can build the Jagger DGR. Identical DG maintain armor, except it changes the medium lasers for ER models. Otherwise the same design, notably though double heat sinks now serve more of a purpose to bleed off increased ER lasers. So yes, so this is a better version of the Jaggermech. So let's grab that.
That mech you wanted is back online.
That's it. Probably another version that was added with the latest update for the mech. Alright, so the Jaggermech DGR. Okay. Alright, so we got an XL engine. Very nice. We've got ferrofibrous armor. We got double heat sinks. And it's a dual Gauss. Oh, a dual Gauss Jaggermech. Oh, I am liking this. ER medium lasers. Very nice. Okay. Okay, so we can add, I can take the ferrofibrous off. We can add heavy ferro. Yes, okay, so that increases the durability. I'm happy about that. That takes 1 day. Alright. We're gonna put our armored cowl. Yes, please. This is good to go. This is a nice upgrade for us. We could put the better gyro in. That would be good. And we could up the armor as well. Okay, this is a nice looking sniper Jaggermech build because it's got 2 Gausses, it's got plenty of Gauss ammo. This thing can just plink away at the enemy at long range. This is a very nice mech for us to add. It's gonna be 1 day.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
Alright, so I'm gonna put that Jaggermech up as number 1. Crusader is number 2, Raven is number 3, and the Firestarter is number 4 for repairs. Alright, anything else in storage we can put together? I don't think so. But I'm glad we took those Jaggermech parts. Yep. All right, so that's going to end our stream. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.